Fudoku. Jump out like Jack in the Box. I'm going to be breaking down the entirety of the UFC Fight Night Taira versus Park card from the first fight of the night all the way to the main event of the evening of Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun Sung Park. It was originally scheduled to be Amir Albazi versus Tatsuro Taira. However, on Monday of this week, Amir Albazi had to pull out due to an injury. He didn't disclose what it was, but he was not medically cleared, he said, to fight this weekend. They had Hyun Sung Park as a backup fighter, I guess. They pulled him from the Steve Erceg fight, who he was supposed to fight next. Now he's fighting Tatsuro Taira, who's a very high-ranked Japanese prospect. But we'll get into it. We're going to start with the first fight of the evening. Piera La Fiera Rodriguez versus Ketlin Souza. This should be, honestly, this might be a good fight. This should be a banger. Piera La Fiera Rodriguez mauled her last opponent. It was a very, very good fight. I mean, it was a good fight. It was a very, very, that felt like a lot, you know. It was a good fight, though, against Josephine Knudsen, who I don't think is in the UFC anymore, but she mauled her. Easy 30-27 decision. She's taking on Ketlin Souza. Ketlin Souza coming off a loss. However, it was a split decision loss to Angela Overkill Hill, who's 40 years of age. If I remember correctly, that fight was like decent. It was not a horrible, boring fight. So, this honestly might be a fun as fuck fight to watch. To start off the card, I like Piera Rodriguez a lot. I'm pretty big on her going into the fight, going into all of her fights. I'm a Piera La Fiera fan. 10-2, 5 finishes. I feel like it's an easy Piera Rodriguez pick. I'm gonna go Piera Rodriguez by decision. Ketlin Souza kind of a gamer. We continue. Piera La Fiera looking very good as my pick for tomorrow. If you guys want to see me interview her, I was speaking about this. I don't know if it's possible. I don't even know if she speaks English. But I'm opening up the door to interviewing some fighters. I think that would be fun to do. Hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's get back to the video for my next pick. It's a heater. Watch this. Watch how cool this is. Oh, it's automatic. I love it. Rafael Estevam is taking on Felipe Bunes. Bunes? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know who the fuck either of these guys are. All right? Rafael Estevam, I don't know. He's 2-0. Rafael Estevam 2-0 in the UFC. He has a win over Charles Johnson. That's a very good win to have. Charles Johnson, of course, I think heavily underrated, should be in the top 15. I mean, there's no reason that Kai Asakura, who's 0-1 in UFC, belongs in the top 15. I don't know if he still is, actually, now that I mention it. I think they got him taken out, but still, there's no reason that he should be in the top 15, but Charles Johnson shouldn't be. Consistently puts on bangers. Estevam, 13-0, undefeated prospect doesn't say their fucking age on UFC at all anywhere, so. I mean, it does. You have to scroll way down on their profile, though, so it's so dumb. I don't know why they don't put it in the fucking thing here. You can see the text. I don't know why they don't do that. It's weird as fuck. He's taking on Felipe Bunes. Felipe Bunes, 1-1 in UFC. Lost to Joshua Van. Very good loss to have, but he is also 14-7 in his total career. I just don't trust that at all. We're going Rafael Estevam. Should be an easy night for him. We're going by finish. Pardon me. Next fight of the night. I love that it does it automatically. That's so amazing. Austin Bashi is taking on John Yanis. Austin Bashi, I think, sucks. John Yanis making his debut against Contender Series alum Austin Bashi. United States wrestler Austin. I mean, he's coming off his first loss in his debut against C-Rod. C-Rod's actually a difficult opponent for your debut. It was not a very competitive fight, if I remember correctly. I mean, maybe Austin Bashi won a round, but it was pretty clearly C-Rod's fight. He's decent, you know? He's not a horrible fighter. He's got good wrestling, obviously. It's like, you know. I don't know who John Yanis is. I don't think he's coming off of a Contender Series. So, yeah, John Yanis, not a Contender Series alum. Coming off of... he's making his debut. He's 9-3 on the regional scene. We're going to go with Austin Bashi to win this fight by decision. He could finish it. I don't know. But American wrestlers don't finish shit, though. So we're going by decision. Why does John Yanis have 0-inch leg reach, by the way? He's just a torso? He just got his arms? Why does he have 0 leg reach? 0 inches in legs. His legs are 0 inches long. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. That's weird. Big advantage there for Austin Bashi, all right? They've clearly photoshopped his feet in on this UFC.com picture. So dumb. Next fight of the evening, Nick Klein is taking on Andre Pulayev. I think Andre Pulayev just lost to to CLD. I was right. I just checked the records. I was right. He did just lose to CLD. That fight sucked. That fight was really boring. He's like a combat master and whatever from, he's not from Dagestan. I don't really know. Actually, he might be. I don't care enough. He's like a master of his sport, but he got bitched by Christian Leroy Duncan, who's not that good. If we're honest, CLD is like, I think he's a bit overrated. Nick Klein also just lost his debut. Both of these guys coming off their debuts, both on losses. He was knocked out, though. He was knocked out by Mansour Abdul Malik, who we now know he's all right. He doesn't have that crazy fabled knockout power that we thought he did, but he knocked out Nick Klein. I don't remember that fight at all, so I don't really have anything to talk about here. Andre Pulayev, again, he's like stood against the cage and got beat up for 3 rounds by Christian Leroy Duncan. Very boring fight. He throws spinning shit, if I remember correctly. He throws like spinning back kicks. Spinning wheel kicks, I mean. He's cool. I don't know. I'll say he'll win this fight because I think that he will probably put the pressure onto Nick Klein and he might even finish it. I don't know. We'll see. Next fight, Rodolfo Vieira is taking on Tresean Gore. I like Tresean Gore. He's got an ugly mug, but I like him. He's got a cool-ass name. He just got beat up, knocked out very badly by Marco Tulio. That was a good fight. He got destroyed by Marco Tulio. He's taking on Rodolfo Vieira. Rodolfo sucks. His record is so ass. For 10-3, his record is so ass. He's beating like bottom of the barrel guys. He beat a Cody Brundage. He beat let me check because I forgot. He beat an Arman Petrosian. And then he takes on Andre Petroski. Really close names there. Andre Petroski. He takes him on and he loses. And I mean, Andre Petroski, when he can't apply his game plan, he's awful. We saw that in the Edmund Shabazian fight, where he just stood and got kicked for 15 minutes. Like he would come in with like a one shot, and Shabazian would put his guard really high, and Petroski, you're a wrestler, shoot a takedown. And he just wouldn't. He would back out because he was scared of the power. Because he got clipped by the right hand early, I think. Or at least he was getting touched up by that right hand that was hurting him. Like, I remember him being hurt badly at one point. And in that fight, whatever. I don't know why I'm talking about this fight. He's not fighting. But Rodolfo Vieira lost to him, so Rodolfo Vieira is not that good. Tresean Gore is also not that good. Low-key, this is such a 50-50 fight. I think I might go with Tresean Gore. Based purely on the fact that Rodolfo Vieira, I think, is old. Tresean Gore's in his prime. We're going Tresean Gore. This is going to be a long night for me in picks. We continue to the next fight of the night. Rinya Nakamura is taking on Nathan Fletcher. I think Nakamura had a very bad performance in his last fight. Nathan Fletcher, though, fuck, dude. This fight is so bad. This card is so bad. This card is awful. Rinya Nakamura lost his last fight. It was his first professional loss to a guy I've never heard of. Literally looked at the record and I went, it was some guy named Goofarov. He got beat by a goofball, dude. The guy was goofing off in the octagon. He got beat by him. Rinya. Also, everyone goes like, how can you hate Rinya Nakamura? He has such a crazy finish rate. He has one UFC finish. Like, I understand he was finishing people on regionals, but it's 135. They're not that good. If you're not in the UFC, I mean, it's not that. They're actually like Letterman scale. They are pretty good, but dude. Every guy he's fought in the UFC except for his debut, he has not finished. He took them to decision. He beat them, except for the last guy who beat him. A goofball. And I said took it in that sentence. I know that's not correct. I don't know why it slipped out like that. Nathan Fletcher got robbed in his last fight. Absolutely robbed. If ever I've seen a robber, dude, gunpoint robbed. You know that? It was horrible. Like, it really was quite bad. He beat Calvin Lowren, who I don't even think is in the UFC anymore, and he won that fight. He beat Calvin Rowland. That's not his name. I don't know how to say his name. Whatever. He's an Irish dude. Beat him 2-1. Got robbed so badly. Lost that fight by split decision. I think he won rounds 1 and 3 maybe, and he was on the back. He was on Calvin Lowren's back for like 3 minutes, standing on his, like, you know that backpack hold that Charles Oliveira does? On his back like that for like 3 minutes plus in the first round, I think. Maybe it was the second round. And then he was piecing him up against the fence in the last round. He got robbed, like pitifully robbed. Anyways, Nathan Fletcher, no, he's going to lose this fight. Rinya Nakamura is actually like very good wrestler. We're going with Rinya Nakamura to win this fight. It just seems like the obvious choice. Finally, a good fucking fight. It's all right. I say good fucking fight. It's a Kevin Vallejos fight. That's why it's a good fight. Danny Silva's taking on Kevin Vallejos. If you are not tapped in, tap in. Kevin Vallejos is the future Ilia Topuria of the featherweight division, dude. I remember studying for his last fight. His last fight was his debut. He won it by knockout. I don't know who it was against. I was studying for that fight. I watched his Contender Series fight. His combos are identical to Ilia's. You rip to the head, rip body hooks, rip head hooks. Like, he sets everything up so well. Very similar to Ilia Topuria. He's a carbon copy of him, just about. And he's knocking people out. He's got similar power. Now he's taking on Danny Silva. Who? Like, who the fuck? He has 2 split decision victories. Who the fuck is Danny Silva? I remember him purely because of the dog shit tattoo on his chest. I don't even know what it says. But that's the only reason I remember the dude. I couldn't tell you one good performance he's had. Kevin Vallejos is going to rip this motherfucker apart with the hands in round 1. Easy knockout, Kevin Vallejos. I don't know if I give him picks for the rest of the fights, by the way, because they're just not good. Next fight. Neil Magny, second on Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. I think Dos Santos is coming off a loss to Chidi and Njokuani, if I remember correctly. And Neil Magny, I think, what did he do? Was it the Carlos Prates knockout? Really? It was the Carlos Prates knockout. And he's coming off a loss to Chidi and Njokuani. Look at that. Got knocked out by Chidi. 2 been knocked out artists. By the way, Neil Magny, 29-14. Holy fucking shit, dude. Holy shit. He's losing a third of every fight that he fights. At least Dos Santos, he pieced somebody up maybe 2 years ago. He had a very good performance against Dennis. Is it Dennis Scroggin? He beat the shit out of that guy. It was very, very impressive. Neil Magny is fucking... I don't know. Neil Magny's on a 2-fight knockout streak. His last one was Mike Malott. But that said, going into this fight, he has a 6-foot reach height advantage and a 7-inch reach advantage. Did I say a 6-foot height advantage? He's not a fucking giant. I meant to say a 4-inch height advantage. He's 6'3", taking out 5'11". He has a 7-inch reach advantage. He's getting knocked out. I just know he's getting knocked out. He's been knocked out twice. The Carlos Prates knockout, he didn't even get hit on the chin. He got hit like on the side of his head and he got slapped. Like a not even like a full like hard as fuck punch, like a glancing blow on the side of his head and it slapped him unconscious. He's taking on Elizeu. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name again. Dude, at least he's got like decent combos. He just struggles to close distance. I don't know. This is a very close fight, I feel. This is a very good fight as well. I'm going to go to Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos to win this fight by knockout. I just don't trust Neil Magny's chin. You're banned. Next fight, Karol Rosa is taking on Nora Cornolle. Nora Cornolle got finishes, man. Submitted opponent, knocked out Melissa Mullins, who is awful garbage dog shit, but knocked her out. Coming off a submission win, lost to Jacqueline Cavalcanti, but she's not horrible, actually. Jacqueline Cavalcanti is like pretty decent. Taking on Karol Rosa. I just don't know these people's styles at all. Karol Rosa got laid on top of by Eileen Perez in her last fight. It's going to be a Nora Cornolle fight. I don't think Karol Rosa is that good. I think she's kind of old as well. Oh my God, Nora Cornolle is the old one. She's 35. You could have fooled me. She looks great. I don't care about this fight. Next fight. What a banger. What a banger. I think it's the only banger on the card. But what a banger. Els Brenner is taking on Esteban Ribovics. Oh my goodness. What a good fight. Els Brenner's a dog. He goes in there and he fights every single fucking time. Esteban Ribovics put on Fight of the Year last year. And I think that was his last fight. I don't remember that Nasrat Haqparast lost. I'm going to be honest. He did just lose to Nasrat Haqparast, but he put on Fight of the Year. He puts on bangers. He's got amazing hands. He's very fun to watch. Tap in. Second on Els Brenner. Let's be honest. Els Brenner is not good. He's not a good fighter. This will be a fun fight to watch, though, because he is a dog. Don't get me wrong. He's fun to watch because he is a dog, but he's not that good. Coming off a loss by knockout. Also lost to Miktebek Oral by. Lost to Joel. I mean, Joel Alvarez finished every single one of his wins, so you can't even hold that finish against him. This is a good fight. I'm going to go Esteban Ribovics. He has power. He almost, there was a time that he could have stopped Daniel Zellhuber, who we don't have to get into it. That win is aging horribly, though. Fuck. Is the lightweight, like, Zellhuber, Ribovics, Esteban... That's just his name. Ribovics, Zellhuber, and Bahamondes. Those are, like, the dudes who I thought were, like, the next three, like, top fivers, you know? Like, the next generation, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, and... Did I say Justin Poirier? Jesus Christ, my favorite fighter. I don't even know his name. Like, the next generation of those guys... And they're all coming off losses. But that's fine. Like, losses don't ruin you in MMA. And I'm tired of pretending that they do. That said, Zellhuber looked awful in his last fight. Bahamondes couldn't get anything going against Fiziev. Ribovics, I don't remember the Nasrat Haqparast lost. Let's pray he gets a knockout here. And I think he will. So we're going Esteban Ribovics by finish. Light work. Next fight. Another man who was a part. He didn't fight Rębecki for the Fight of the Year. This was my Fight of the Year, though. Mateusz Rębecki versus Miktebek Orabai was the Fight of the Year. That was such a banger. It wasn't on a pay-per-view. It wasn't, like, in front of millions of people. It was just on a fight night card. But it was so good. It was so bloody. They were just gladiators going at it. It was beautiful to watch. It boiled down to the essence of the sport, and they were just fighting. They were just fighting. They threw, in the last round, they were so gassed, like they had been going back and forth. Miktebek Oralbai's eye was like the size of a balloon. He kind of looked like that dude from last week. Fight didn't get stopped, thank God. And they put on the best third round I've ever seen. I don't even know how many strikes were thrown in that third round, but they were just clawing at each other, trying to get who can get more control time because they were too tired to even throw a strike or anything. It was beautiful. And Mateusz Rębecki was on the winning end of it, I believe. I was going to say losing, but I'm pretty sure he won that fight because my parlay sold. He's taking on Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan coming off a submission win. I was right. He is coming off a submission win. It was by guillotine, if I remember correctly. He had I think maybe he hurt his opponent in the first round and won the first round, or he got hurt and lost the first round. Second round, Jordan Vucenic comes out, shoots a takedown, and Chris Duncan hops on the guillotine and finishes him quickly. It was beautiful. I don't think Mateusz Rębecki falls into that trap. He's very experienced. He's good as fuck. He's coming off Fight of the Year contender. He's got a big reach disadvantage, though, huh? I like Mateusz Rębecki a lot. It depends, because I think Rębecki will win this fight. I think he'll win on the scorecards 2-1. I think Chris Duncan will win that last round if they get gassed again like they did in the Mikdebek or By fight. But my worry is that if they do get gassed like that, Chris Duncan has the tools to finish on the ground in the last round that Mikdebek or By does not have. So, although we just seen Mikdebek or By, I think he just got a sub, so never mind, actually. He's very good on the ground as well. Don't get me wrong. I was just saying I don't know. We'll see. I got Mateusz Rębecki to win this fight by decision. Should be a banger. And finally, the main event of the evening, Tatsuro Taira is taking on Hyun Sung Park. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Tatsuro Taira was originally scheduled to be taking on Amir Albazi. However, Albazi pulled out on Monday due to not being medically cleared to fight. I think he got injured. I don't know. They filled in with Hyun Sung Park. I don't like this matchup at all. Hyun Sung Park is, coming out of his debut? Okay, he's got 3 wins, 3 UFC wins over schmucks. Tatsuro Taira's coming out of his first loss, and it was to Brandon Royval. It's a different skill level. There's levels to flyweight, dude. Hyun Sung Park is not at the level of Tatsuro Taira. Plus, he was training for a Steve Erceg next week, who's a very heavy striker. I broke this down in my video yesterday. Tatsuro Taira, by the way, has lots of finishes. He's very good on the ground. He's a wrestler who gets submissions, taking on a dude who was, until Monday, preparing for a striker. He doesn't have a game plan thought out and been training for a Tatsuro Taira. He's been training for a Steve Erceg. Very different fighters, very different styles. I think this will be light work for Tatsuro Taira. I think he takes him down in round 1. Maybe, like I said in my video on Wednesday or on Thursday, that I think it would go to decision. I've revised my theory here. I think we're gonna have we're not making it to the championship rounds. Tatsuro Taira is finishing by submission before the championship rounds. Easily, I think. Anyways, that's all. That'll do it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as it does really support my channel. Also, that's all I have to say. So, I'll see you next time. Bye.